time with Beer Man. Hey, how's it going, everyone? How you guys doing tonight? Today, where are we from in this beautiful world? All right, we got another session here at Cheese Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern. Hope you're all here to hang out with us soon and have a good time. Looks like we have a few already. Thank you so much for being here. We got Commerce Ozzy, and we got Jana Nelly, and we got Chadeo Beerman, and everyone else. We got Jules, we got Window Beer Review Thomas. Oh yeah. All right. So panel today. Thank you guys so much for being here. As always, thank you. We got Bumpy Brewery. We got Chadeo.
Hey.
We got Miscellaneous Brew Reviews and Michael Komroff.
Hello.
All right. So we're gonna share some beer and cheese with you today. Hopefully, we have some good pairings. Let's find out. All right. Let's start just about now with Bumpy.
All right. Well, first off, the cheese I'm bringing looks like this.
Ooh.
I stacked those myself. It didn't actually come like that. I cut them off the side. It was just a block like that, and then I stacked them. What this is from Trader Joe's, and it is raw milk cheddar cheese.
Nice.
It's aged a minimum of 4 months. And yeah, it kind of smells a little bit like rubber balloons, so I think it's a real treat. Yeah, there's a bit of like this. I had some raw milk cookies when I was a kid. It kind of does have a little bit of that kind of raw milk edge to it, but it does have a very kind of rubber balloon type aroma there, but we'll get more into that when I actually eat the cheese and everything. From Trillium Brewing Company out of Massachusetts. They actually have 6 places they're brewing out of. There's 3 places in Boston, Massachusetts. There's 2 in Canton, Mass now, and they opened up a farmhouse in Connecticut as well. So but this is Wild Sinister Kid. This is an American wild ale aged on black currants and oak barrels, and it comes in at 10.4% ABV.
Damn. Very nice.
I have my sour glass to pour this in. And this is a large bottle, so this is going to be a good night. Yeah. It has a good hiss opening up the bottle, which is nice. I did have a variant. The first one of this I've ever had, really loved it. Just the Sinister Kid, just a farmhouse ale. And then I had a variant a few years ago that was done in sherry barrels, or sherry casks, I should say. And that was horrible because that one smelled and tasted like red wine vinegar.
Oh,
so hopefully this one isn't like that, because this one is in bourbon barrels, I believe. Oak barrels, not bourbon, just oak barrels. So, yeah, that's what it looks like. It pours with a very small, off-white. It almost has like a purplish color to it on the head, like a slight purple. And then the color of the beer itself is kind of a deep reddish brown coloration. You can't see through; it's pretty dark. But way down here, it is.
Yeah, that's a pretty beer, dude.
Basically that color, but a little bit more red is showing up if you hold it up to light. So like root beer brown, but with some red notes. All right.
Nice.
So I'll get into all this at a later time.
Cool.
Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers. All right, Chadeo.
Oh, hey. So I am bringing a cheese I've been holding on to. I thought, you know what? Before I go on my trip, I should probably just do it. It is a Chardonnay Bellavitano. I'm not sure what style cheese that is, but man, does that look good. Oof, can't wait to dive into that. That's a beautiful.
Did you cut all the rind off?
No, the rind's right here. Yeah, it's weird how they cut it. I mean, they got it pre-cut from the grocery store.
Oh,
And
I see what you're saying.
I've had
yeah,
that. I've had that one
It's
before.
on the end. Okay.
seems very, very interesting and tasty. And the beer I am bringing is Avery White Rascal is a Belgian style white ale at 5.6% ABV. It's
Very nice.
pop her open, put her in the glass, and since it's Belgium style, I said, yeah, screw it, new Belgium glass. Go. Ooh, pours up nicely. About a one finger type bubble head. A little bit of bigger bubbles on the top, dissipating quickly. Nice straw yellow color. Can't wait to get into this with the cheese. Cheers,
Looks
all.
great.
Hope you guys
Yeah.
are having a wonderful Tuesday.
Whew, cheers. That looks wonderful. All right. So we got miscellaneous next. Thanks, Chadeo.
All right. So today I got a product from Boar's Head. This is something new that they come out with because it actually says it. It's new. This is their caramelized onion jack. It's a Monterey Jack cheese with caramelized onions in it.
Wow. Oh my.
Yeah, there's the cheese. See it a little better there. Very caramelized onion forward, I'll tell you that. Yeah, and I've got this huge 4.5%, 16 IBU Yingling traditional lager. Figured I'd go something light. It's a lighter cheese, Monterey Jack. I wanted to go to the store today. I didn't have it in me. So I'm sure most people are familiar with this product. It's going to get out that California way soon. Go ahead and stop there. At about 2.5 finger. It's whitehead. Pretty tight knit bubbles. Looks pretty frothy. Appearance of the beer is copper colored. Pretty clear.
Looks quite nice.
And
Yeah.
very low effervescence on this. What is streaming up though is very, very, very tiny fine bubbles. So yeah, that's what I'm working with today.
Nice, man. Yeah, that looks great. Cool. Thank you. All right, let's get Michael up here.
Okay, what I have here is American Munster cheese. The rest of the big piece is still in the refrigerator, but I cut it into small pieces. And that I am pairing with Kirin Ichiban, which is now brewed by Anheuser-Busch. It was originally brewed in Japan, but now it is brewed under strict supervision in Los Angeles and Williamsburg, Virginia. And it's 5% alcohol. And they say it's first press, 100% malt. So we will open it up and see what it looks like in the glass. Let's see how it pours. I'm fighting the Alex head.
You gotta embrace it sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it's just the way it comes up, and you really can't totally defend it. But I got
Now it's gone.
pretty good pour. I didn't get it all in, but if you look at it in the glass, it is golden in color with a lot of carbonation, 2-finger white head, and the beer actually looks pretty good in the glass.
Yeah,
and it
it
should
does.
be interesting, I think, with the Munster cheese. We'll give you a full readout on the whole situation when you come back to me.
Nice. Yeah, that's a very effervescent beer. Wow. Cool. Thank you, Michael. All right. So looks like you guys have some good stuff there. I'm looking forward to it. I have a barrel-aged Saison 3 is what they call it from Freem out of Hood River, Oregon. It's one of their classy ones. Trying to get it out of the glare. Stupid light.
Tough man
Anyway.
with those white labels, I know.
Yeah. And barrel aged, got a cage, got a cork, and I hope not the cap too. It looks like it's just a cork. 6.5%, served in a 12.7 fluid ounce bottle. Year 2019 was when it was bottled. That's barrel aged over 12 months. Bottled on, it says bottled on 7/30, July 30th of 19. So it's about 2021, 2 years old.
Well, then you add, what do you say? And then you add 12 months to that.
12 months, yeah.
It's 12 months in the barrel now.
Jeez. That's a heavy one. He's had him on the show for a while. Oh my God. That was poppy.
It's still good.
Still good. Oh boy. Well, that smells very wild. Yeah, it's getting a wildness to it. Yeah, so a lot of drifties in there too. A lot of effervescence, a lot of yeasty drifties. 3-inch head, 3-finger head, half inch, inch and a half, let's say, or 2 inches. White head looks kind of bubbly, sudsy, kind of poppy, looks like soap. Very, very effervescent though. Very golden color. It's got a Brettanomyces sourness in there, I think, is what I'm. It's got the sour, the lactic acid. Smells like a wild, more than a saison in general, I guess. I don't know. Let's get a little bit of a saison theme in there. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, so let's. So what I'm going with is Vermont Creamery's goat cheese. It's herb chivre. It's had it before, but I figured I would try it with a saison and to see what the difference is. I don't believe I've had it with the saison. I might have had it with a German Pilsner, I think, or something like that. Before I can't remember. But that's what it looks like. I'll hold it so it doesn't. Brian's also had this, and I think Miscellaneous has had it. But yeah, so I look forward to it. It smells like basil, and what's the other thing I'm going for here? What do they say? Real quick? Basil, oregano. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Oregano, rosemary, thyme. So, all right, let's go back to Bumpy if he's ready, and get a review. Oh yeah.
Bumpy like a cheese.
Nom, nom, nom. All right. We'll start with the cheese since I already have that in my mouth right now. So yeah, the aromas on this. It's got that slight rubbery note. That slight note that resembles the raw milk. I think it was raw milk cookies. I think it happened, which was a staple when I grew up in Maine, and the town that I lived in had a railway that would run through it, and at the railway, like the port where passengers would get on, they'd board and get off, the boarding station, I think it would be called. They would sell raw milk cookies, and so part of our thing that this was when I was in like third grade. We did like one of those town things where you kind of go back and look at the history of the town. And one of my classmates' mothers came across the recipe for those cookies, and she made them for the class, and they were definitely different and a treat. So there was that slight a bit of raw milk note in the aroma. It resembles a little bit of what was in the cookie. So it definitely is a raw milk thing. The flavor of the cheese, very bland up front. It's a very chewy cheese. It seems thick. It takes a while to chew. It doesn't just melt in your mouth. It does leave like this kind of phlegmy feel after a while when it does start to break down. There's a slight it's not quite rubbery like in the aroma, but it has this weird like little bit of a farmy type note to it. Kind of mild on the sharpness. This isn't super sharp. I thought it was going to be more sharp. A bit buttery, a little bit nutty, kind of like almond. If you had like almond milk or something along those lines. So just this kind of really bland nut type thing going for it. More of a milky nut, like an almond. And a very small amount of salinity. So there's like a little bit of a saltiness in there. I think that's kind of what carries us through because it is a very mild sharpness. I think the description on this cheese said that it was a very robust kind of cheddar sharpness and drink a stronger beer with it. I may have read the wrong description. I may have been reading the description of the cheese next to it because this is definitely not super robust. It's very, very mild sharpness. But yeah, I think that little bit of salt kind of carries it through. Makes an edible cheese. The Wild Sinister Kid that was aged on with black currants, I should say, in oak barrels, has the aromas of a little bit. You get the oak right up front with the black currant right there. It almost smells like the black currant almost comes off like it's like baked in a pie type deal, and that's kind of from smelling it from afar. So nice smells from back here with the oaky and the black currant. You really get your nose down in there. You can smell like that it's got some type of a tartness to it. Starts to go into this kind of fingernail polish aroma, which isn't that pleasant. But at least it doesn't smell like vinegar. All right. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Yes.
Cheers, Bumpy.
All right, this has been happening every time I drink this beer. It wants to come out my nose. So it is kind of oaky and stuff up front. Black currant, yes, you can taste that. Fingernail polish. It tastes like what fingernail polish smells like. It kind of gives me this real big tart kick. And then I end up having a burn in my nostrils because the beer is leaking out my nostrils. And this has happened a few times that I've been drinking this. It burns a lot in my nasal cavity. The ABV on it at 10.4%. I would say the alcohol flavor is not detectable, but when you get like a fingernail polish type thing going on, I think that has some type of alcohol base to it.
Like acetaldehyde, like kind of
acetone or mineral spirit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Deep.
Well, that's crazy.
It's pretty fizzy on the palate. You get those little fizzy things going on. So, I mean, the carbonation on it's pretty up there. I would say kind of a medium feel to the body, but extremely drying to the palate because this thing has to be like pH level on this is probably pretty damn low. So very acidic, feeling like going down. I have acid reflux problems, and I can definitely see that too much of this would not be fun. I kind of feel it right in here, right now.
Oh boy!
And
damn it!
Let me eat the cheese. rubbery balloon or condom. A little bit
Condom. That's awesome.
milky nuttiness. A little bit farmy. Ooh. Yeah, it just seems to bring out more of that kind of nail polish. Makes it a little bit like metallic type flavored as well. All right. Beer and the cheese. It's probably going to be better this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is better to eat the cheese after drinking this. The cheese cuts down on that very acidic feeling on the palate. It cuts back on that nail polish flavor that's just left on the palate from the beer, and then it just kind of soothes it. But it does take away from some of the decent flavors out of the cheese. It just makes it more bland, and you kind of get like a little bit of like that rubbery type flavor. And the salinity, that saltiness seems to also be lower. Like it's not so much on the palate. But I'm definitely it tastes more like rubber and butter after drinking this extremely low pH, I'm guessing, beer. And then eating the cheese, it just takes out that kind of nutty and milky nuttiness. It kind of takes away that raw milk type sensation. The mild sharpness is gone. It's just kind of like rubbery butter flavor. All right. Well, that's all I got. I'm gonna come up with a score. The shit that I brought tonight.
Oh no.
Damn.
Oh shit, I was muted. Oh man. Well, I don't. I hope you don't have
always
heartburn
end up
problems
with the
after that.
rubber or
Sorry.
the burning tire.
Like condom cheese and shit.
Condom cheese and nail polish. It's just it's like a cheap night at a rundown strip joint. In my
All
mouth.
right,
And you're
all right, man. Thank you. Thanks, Bumpy. It's Chadeo next. All right, thanks, Bumpy. All right.
I don't know how I follow that. That sucks, man. I'm so sorry. But the Chardonnay, Bella, I can't even say it right now. Bella Vetano right here. It's pretty tasty, but I'll start out with the appearance. Nice, very light yellowish color with some crystals. I see it clearly right there, right on the rind. It's just nice and crystallized, aged, very good looking. The aroma, creamy, farmhousey. Kind of getting some of these Chardonnay grapes, not really, but very lightly. Picking up on that, and the cheese itself will just break. It's just dry, very very dry as it crumbles. But whatever. Give it a taste. Cheese.
Cheese. Oh, we haven't even done that better. Oh shit.
There it is.
All right. There we go.
Getting the milkiness. Kind of gets creamy with saliva, but it's very, very dry. It's hard to kind of get it down. You're kind of choking this one down. But in the crunch, when you bite, you get some of the crystals with it. So there's that. Now the beer. Old Reliable. Avery Brewing Company, Boulder, Colorado. White Rascal. Belgian style white ale. Not bad looking. Strong yellow color. When it first started, had a 2-finger head. Still holding on to some of the carbonation, so that's good. Yeah, just in the medium effervescence is still up there a little bit. Probably can't see it, but still there, I promise. The aroma, orange peel right off the top. Very, very orange peely. Getting some of that coriander. Other spices, I can really tell that it's a Belgian yeast just from the smell. It has that sweet funk that Belgian yeast has that I actually really like. Cheers. Let's give it a taste.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheerios.
Damn. Oops, wrong one. Cheers.
Cheers, pros. Latte. Follows the nose very well. Kind of mild body to medium, low to medium body. It's refreshing though, very tasty. You get a mouthful of the yeast. It's very yeasty in itself. Combination. Here we go. Cheese.
Cheezers.
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 Letting it dry up a little bit. Hold on. Just like cotton mouth. Actually, flavors work pretty well. The beer and the cheese enhances the spices in the beer to almost like an allspice. You're getting all these different like crazy spices. Some of them I can figure out what they are. Some of them I'm like, I don't know what that is, but it's tasty. But it just kind of fades out pretty quickly between the beer and the cheese both together. So it's a quick little rush of flavor, and that's it. So I'll have some scores next time around. Cheers.
Cheers. Hold on, I'm answering JV. Yeah, I believe that. Thank you, Chadeo.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Chadeo. Thank you so much.
Cheers. Yes,
All
sir.
right. All right. Miscellaneous. All right.
You know what? I'm gonna
I agree
go
with
the opposite
JV
way.
though,
I'm starting with
too,
the
but-
beer first. Going the other route. All right, yeah. So Yingling traditional lager. Yeah, head's died down. Still got some tiny bubbles. I wouldn't say they're streaming. They're in there. You can see them.
I like your
They
polka
look
dots.
better they look better on camera than it does in real life.
Those look good.
Yeah, you get a nice slight roasty malt. Wheat bread type of thing going on. Slight caramel. I know they said it has cluster and cascade hops. I kind of pick up like a earthy, grassy kind of hop. Not like a wet grass, but slightly earthy. Yeah, that's about the gist of it, you know. And I had recently. I've had a different can of this. They had those was like the camo cans. They were like that military style, like a square camo, pixelated camo type thing going on. This is much better. I don't know. I had a few run-ins with this, and it was very adjuncty. This one smells like the Yingling I remember. So yeah, cheers, guys.
Cheers, Miscellaneous.
Right.
Medium body. Carbonation's not too spritzy. Yeah, definitely pick up. There's a really good roast note in this. It's light. Definitely noticeable. Slight sweetness. Lager beer. Palate's not dry. Nice and refreshing. If it was colder, I would say it was crisp, but it's been sitting out for a little bit. Yeah, Slight, like I said, on the nose, I kind of got like that earthy hop kind of thing going on. You definitely get that on the palate. Not bitter, very balanced beer. It's not too much malt forward, not too much hop forward. It's good, nice and in the middle. Um, Tasty stuff. All right, so for the Boar's Head, what is it? Monterey Jack onion, caramelized onion. No, that wasn't a black and tan. I actually like their black and tan. It's really good for a pre-made one that comes in a bottle. It's pretty good. Low ABV stuff, but what are you gonna do? Yeah. So, I guess the nose on the cheese, the appearance is there. You definitely see all those caramelized onions in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. It did get bought out by I thought it was a Canadian cannabis company, I think. This is just slight nuttiness. It is overwhelming with caramelized onions. Not to like a bad extent, but it definitely smells like almost like a French onion soup kind of nose on it. You know, like if you like sauteed the onions down real good and they start to get like jammy and kind of sticky, the sugars start to come out. It's exactly what you're picking up on this. It smells exactly like a caramelized onions, not burnt onions. Caramelized onions. Yeah. So it's a softer cheese. It's Monterey Jack. It's going to be bendy. That's much better than I thought it was going to be. When I opened that thing up, it was really pungent. I'm like, oh shit, a lot of onion going on in there, which is present. Soft, creamy, envelops the palate. This Monterey Jack has a pretty good tanginess to it, which plays off great with those sweet caramelized onions. It's very onion forward. This is good. I would buy this again. Burger, like bacon mushroom burger with this on it. Game over. Would be fantastic. So I guess we'll try them together now. I'm gonna do both. I'll try the beer first, and then the cheese, and the cheese and the beer.
Cheesers.
There you go.
Either
I
Jesus.
hope everybody's awake. That's it. Yeah. I coined that word.
Jesus, where the hell is that? I
You
have that
did.
somewhere. There it is. Oh, that's it.
My wife made French onion pasta the other night, so when you said
Ooh.
French onion, I was like, yeah.
Yeah. So with the beer first,
Sounds good.
or no, what did I do? I had the cheese and the beer. It kind of sweetens the cheese up. Those malts sweeten it up. You still get that tang. Caramelized onions in there. Goes good with that light roasted malt. Very clean tasting. Goes together. I'm going to try the cheese. Did I try the beer first last time? No. Oh, hell, I can't remember. Fuck, I'm going back in. Spaced out.
It happens.
So when you have the cheese first, then you drink the beer, it really mellows out the cheese and just kind of washes it away. But I think if you sip the beer first and then you eat the cheese, it's definitely a much better combination. Like I said, that you get that sweet semi-sweet malt character, that slight roasty works great with the caramelized onions and the tanginess of this Monterey Jack. I am actually impressed because I did not have high hopes for this cheese when I opened it up. I was like, oh God. You know, I was like, whoa. But this is good. I would, not too shabby for something I've never had. New products, man. That's good. New products are hitting the shelf, so
Nice.
I've got no complaints.
Sounds great, man. Oh yeah. Well, cool. Let's get to Michael. All right, thanks, Miscellaneous. Oh, I almost grabbed him there. Okay, there we
So
go.
I've been nibbling on the cheese, but I have some. It's Munster cheese, American Munster that I got at the food co-op, and I guess I could take a smell of it. It smells cheesy. It smells like you were putting together a mild cheese. It's mild in its nose anyway. Okay, so what we are drinking tonight is Kirin Ichiban, which was originally brewed in Japan, and now, with all our luck, Budweiser is brewing it. I guess we'll see what we think of their formulation. We assume it's the same. It's an all malt product at 5% alcohol. If you remember from my first pour, the head was definitely more vigorous than it is now, but you do get some nice lacing on the side, and the carbonation is still coming up pretty.
Still looks pretty effervescent. I like that beer. That's a good beer.
Pretty vigorous as far as the carbonation goes. Kind of a golden, clear yellow color. Let me get a nose on it. In the nose, you're getting kind of like an herbal, earthy kind of smell, and that could be the malt, I guess. I'm not sure. Not very hoppy at all. I figure even though it says all malt, it probably has to have some hops in it. You beer people who brew it can tell me. But I'm not sure. But they're claiming it's all malt, so I guess that's the baseline of the beer. They're pushing the malt capability of the beer. Let's get a taste on it. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers, Michael.
Well, it's definitely drinkable. The mouthfeel is medium. You get some of the very malty taste up front, and there's a certain sweetness in the malt. It resembles a lager in a way, but I guess that's probably what it is. So it probably is a lager. It says first press beer. So I think it probably would be considered a lager, and that's what it's drinking like. It's sessionable at 5%, so you could drink a lot of this. What else can I say about it? It definitely tastes more foreign than typical stuff that Budweiser would be brewing. So there's something in the malts that they're using that are making it taste almost like an import, if you know what I mean.
Right.
And so far, I'm happy with the taste. Okay, it's time. And since everybody is trying cheese first, I will get a piece of this and we'll see what I think. The cheese is very soft. Very mild taste. There's no spices in it. Just a straight Munster. Tasty cheese. Let's take a sip and see how the beer affects the cheese. The beer kind of overpowers the cheese. So the taste you have from the cheese, once you drink the beer, you can't taste the cheese anymore. So I wouldn't say this is the perfect combination if you're trying for them to do well together. It's almost like the beer definitely overpowers the cheese when you have the cheese first. Let's try it the other way. Beer first. Cheers. Cheers. And now, piece of cheese. Well, I guess this is a better way to pair it because you can still the taste of the cheese is able to at least still be tasted even though the beer is there. So I guess cheese second in this case is better for the cheese. It's a mild cheese, so I guess against the stronger tasting beer with the malts being so up front, you would go with the way I just did it, and it's more effective. I'll come back and give you a number on both the cheese and the beer, and we come back around.
Nice. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. All right. So nice, man. All right, let's get to this. So I'm gonna go to the beer. Let's do the beer first. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So barrel aged saison 3, saison for the most part, barrel aged. It's about 3 years old from what we gathered. So altogether, probably 6.5%. I imagine the percentage may have gone dropped or gone more. Who knows? I don't know. But let's. I think we've looked at it enough. Hazy beer, good golden beer. Hazy, can see shadows. Nice white head. Let's drink this. Cheers. Oh, it's really dry. Oh, that's very dry. It's very brute like. It's wet. It's light. It's a light bodied dryness. It's got a medium body but a dry feel. That's very strange. Like it lifts all the flavors off of it. So you don't even get like the wild vinegar feeling. You don't get like that wild esque forward thing. It just kind of dissipates off of everything and finishes quickly. I don't even get anything. It's full of geranium and grape aromas that melt into notes of pineapple and minerality. Asante.
Sponge.
Sanjay. You know, I get a little bit of lemon citrus. I get a cantaloupe melon kind of ringing off there. I get some white wine. I get some white wine or some kind of there's some dryness there. Grape tanniny kind of thing going on. It's very interesting. It's very light and loose and very loosey goosey beer. You would never know. You would think it was like a 4.5, 4.2, 4.3, 4.4ish, but it's a 6.5. So, but it has been bottling for 3 years, so things have either gone up or down, and it appears to be going down on that one. So let's go into the cheese,
Like
or just the way it's made.
Yeast cakeage at the bottom of the bottle.
There is a little bit. Yep, I didn't shake it around enough.
Here.
Yeah,
They
Yeah,
settle,
there's a-
dude. That's
it's loose though. It's very dry. It's just
yeah.
no flavor. You are getting the grape though. I don't know about geranium, but I do get a citrus. I guess there's a floral, but it's you don't catch it enough. I'm
Yeah.
hoping that the herbs in this cheese will really put a little more. The cheese itself will put more body.
Quick finish.
Yeah, very quick.
It's not there enough to get it. Yeah.
Pow, bung, done. Yep. But not bad, not terrible. It was almost like a seltzer water, like something that pop fizz, boom, bang. It didn't really give you anything. It's just like, bam, okay, whatever. So tasting this, you can see it's a nice white chivre inside. It's been marinated with the rosemary and the thyme is the big ones in this. Big old layer of herbs around it. Big, thick feel of wild, funky goat cheese in the center. It's like you're chewing on grass. There's like grassy feels with that herbal stuff around the wrap. It's like you got something stuck in your teeth. The first thing is like the rosemary, that piney rosemary kind of resiny kind of feel taste in there. But then you get the thyme, you get the basil, you get the oregano is big, and that's a strong oil too. My wife has some oil of that. It's very good for you too, very health wise. I forgot what it's good for, but it's
for like she had toothache. She was
is it toothache or tooth problems? Yeah. Very strong though, very strong, like garlic. Yeah. So that's really pointing out through all these herbs, but that cheesy just that nice chivre, the goat cheese, the milkiness, that raw milk from the goat kind of feel really. I don't know if they pasteurize this or not. I don't know how they go. I'm sure they do, but it's just such a nice stable cheese. It's so thick and like it just like fills you up. It fills every little crevice in your throat and your stomach and your mind and everything. You're just like, wow, this is good. And then adding that stuff is really nice. So A good goat cheese. Let's try it with the. Let's try it. Let's go. There's some rosemary right there. Let's go cheese first. We're smashy in the mouth. You guys we've all had goat cheese for frick's sake. I don't want to cuss too much here. Fuck's sake. All right. Yeah, that's not bad, man. That's not bad. I gotta spit out all the little herbs. That's not bad. The herbs, the rosemary. I think it's the cheese that kind of melds in with the lightness, the sourness, the wild funkiness of this beer. It actually brings out more flavor in the beer and doesn't make it so watery. It adds more body from the cheese. The cheese puts a little more into that lighter feel. That brute dryness doesn't really come through as much. It kind of flattens it out and lets you taste everything that you're wanting to taste out of this beer. It goes very well. I don't know if it's like the master blend, but it's definitely a great blend. If y'all want to try it sometime, it's really good. Damn it! I just did cheese before beer again. We'll do beer before cheese. So hold on. Let me wash that down. That's really good. It's got a vinny flavor to it too. Very vinny wine thing going on. So let's get the beer. Let's get this washed down. Not too much carbonation. I think I like it before eating the cheese, doing the beer after, because the cheese smothered everything that I was getting out of it before. Just kind of like put out the fire, so to say.
Yeah.
It put out all the flavors. It put out everything. It's such a milky, creamy, thick cheese that it just smothered it. Beer before this cheese for sure is definite. So I've got my thoughts, got my ideas. This has been a great pairing right here. So I suggest a saison with that herbal goat cheese for sure. Excuse me. All right, let's get back to Bumpy. Are you? Oh, if you're ready, man.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay. All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Well, let's start off on a happy note. I'll go with the cheese first. It's an edible cheese. It's good enough. The kind of weird balloony rubbery thing, not so great. The mildness of the sharpness with this cheddar, also not that pleasing. I like sharp cheddars, so I like a good bite. This one doesn't bring it, but the whole salinity factor, not being too high, but being there to kind of balance it out. It's an edible cheese. You can definitely eat it. I like the way that it brought me back. Some nostalgia in my life going back to a kid, just because I've had something that had raw milk in it. So I think that was a really cool trip right there. Just the slightest nuance of that just kind of brought me back to that moment. So I think that was all cool. The cheese I'm going to give an 87 out of 100. There's definitely much better cheddars out there. A lot of better cheddars. I would recommend that you go after other cheddars. But I mean, if you ever see the Trader Joe's raw milk cheddar cheese, it's something I don't think that you're going to be disgusted by. You can give it a try if you want to, especially if you don't like anything that's too sharp or too offensive. It's kind of mild flavored, but it has flavor. I've had some cheeses that just taste like nothing. This at least tastes like things, various things. I mentioned almonds, butter. It's got that raw milk edge, mild sharpness, a little bit of condom or rubber balloon, and also the salinity, the slight saltiness. So not too bad of a cheese. Not too bad of a cheese. The dogs love it. Well, at least Telly does. He just swallowed. I just gave him a piece. He swallowed it whole and wanted another one, but I have one for Kobe. Gave some to my stepson, and he ate it and said, "Mmm." So I was like, okay. So he likes it. So it is something that I think a lot of people out there can at least tolerate or might really like. This beer, on the other hand, unless you really hate yourself, if you're just sadistic and just want to mutilate your mouth and you feel horrible about yourself and think that you should just drink things that that aren't that flavorful as far as good flavors. It does have some good notes. It does have some good notes. I'm being really harsh on it. The oak notes coming through, good. The black currant, good. That it's got the tartness since it is a wild ale. That's positive. But it's just that whole nail polish thing going, and just how acidic it actually is to the palate. It's destroying my gut right now.
Oh no!
And that whole like nail polish thing totally ruins it. It's got a really bad aftertaste with that. But it's like I had to do my 50-point inspection on it just to give this thing a fair score. So the appearance, I mean, it's got a good appearance. Black currants, stuff like that. It's gonna give it this kind of like purplish brown coloration. That's cool. Being a sour, you knew it wasn't gonna have a head to it. It does have some legs, being a 10.4 ABV. The alcohol is fairly well hidden if you don't consider nail polish with the alcohol that's in that being alcoholic. But yeah, the aromas. I mean, it's good on the aromas as far as the oak and the black currant, but then that nail polish comes in and destroys it. Same thing with the flavors. It's got that slight bit of black currant, the oakiness you get right up front. There really is no malt aroma or note to this one. And then it's just that nail polish. That nail polish flavor just ruins it. At least it's not vinegar. I don't know. That was a really bad experience with that Sinister kid that I had, the one that had the sherry aging. But the body on this is fine too. That's the other thing. That's the other positive. Body's good. Basically, what this came down to on my 50-point inspection was around a 32 out of 50, which puts it at drinkable. It is drinkable. I can drink it. I am going to finish it, especially for the price, because these things are pretty pricey. But out of 100 score, I'm going to land it around a 64 out of 100. It's
stick with the original.
Yeah. The Sinister Kid, that the original one is the only one I've liked so far. All the two variants I've had so far have been horrible. There's been a lot of not so great beers I've had from Trillium recently. So I don't know. Could it be because their head brewer went to like 6 point or whatever it was? Possibly. Is it that they're just trying too many new things and not sticking to?
I think that one might
the
be
things that put them out there, you know.
That's not the sherry one, right? And
No, this isn't the sherry one. I would never buy the sherry one. I'd never buy this one again either. Like I said, unless you if you want to drink this, go for it.
That might be what you're at, Bumpy. Yeah. They're like wandering out of their realm a little bit too far.
A little far, yeah.
They're just putting too many things. They have like a huge, like, all the time they're putting out new stuff. They have like just, it's crazy, you know. It's like just do the 4 point stuff, do the Street Series stuff. Their island, everything I've had from their Island series that they're doing has been horrible for their IPAs. Go back, just do the Street Series. Perfect. Mm-hmm. Street Series stuff's good, but it's I don't know. I've been pretty disappointed with most of my purchases from Trillium in the past couple times. So,
dang it.
I was hoping this would be a good one, but no.
Right.
And the puring. I mean, that's a no point right now. I mean, it's such a garbage beer that there's nothing that's going to pair well with it. This beer is going to destroy any cheese.
Damn it. Wow. Nothing can pair with it, you say? Nothing. Gotta be blue cheese?
Funky, weird, moldy
Yeah,
blue
something
cheese that
funky,
gives you
yeah.
a weird funkiness, and then get nail
Oh,
polish.
did I take the nail
I know,
polish?
go put some nail polish on your blue cheese and
It's
try
usually
that.
the
Tell me if this tastes
opposite.
good.
Yeah. Usually the cheese will bring out more booze in it. That's terrible.
All right. Let's. Bumpy, thank you, man. Let's get you up here. Oh, well, hey, go ahead and, shit, dude.
Oh, you want me to
let him
shout
it out.
Yeah, let's
Take him
shout
back.
out
Take him
first.
back.
Let's do the shout outs because we're 56 right now.
Yeah, basic shout outs. Sunday. We'll start with Sunday because Sunday's Sunday. Before Monday. After dark beers, bring a dark beer based off of the malts. I've got one that I'm not even sure. I've never had it before. I talked to the owner of the craft beer store that I go to, John Pinch out of the Packy in Manchester. And I was asking because it says that it's a Belgian dark. So I was asking him kind of what the color was because I was looking at the bottle and stuff. And like, it's hard to tell through a brown bottle what the color of the beer is going to be. But I'm like, it looked a bit light. But he said it's a little bit lighter than the brown bottle. So I think it should reach the kind of darker color that I'm going for the Sunday thing, the after dark beers. That's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. If it's not, you guys can all kick me off. So the Monday, we got the poll up for Multi Monday, which is also at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday. That poll you can find in Beerman's community page. You can also find it in the last Multi Monday live stream that went out this past Monday. It's in the description. Just go in there. You can find the poll. The last one that we did was, does anybody remember?
What?
Weizenbach?
Weizenbach.
The Weizenbach.
Yeah, we did Weizenbach.
The Weizenbach one. And we got 4 different beers in there. So vote, and whatever beer wins that poll, which comes down on this Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time there, is going to be the next beer for Multi Monday. I'll make a video on Thursday saying what beer it is, and I'll also hopefully be able to leave a link in the description of that video to Beer Advocate and their beer style for that certain stuff. So you can go out and have a whole listing of what to find within that stuff. So,
Oh yeah!
cheers.
Cheers.
I'm definitely warm though. That's the one thing that this beer is doing. 10.4%.
I bet
It will get you. It will get you where you need to be.
I'm looking forward to the
Bumpy
after
just
party,
bent your
man.
nose and fucked
All right.
down.
Well, yeah, dude. No more nail polish. All right, let's get Chadeo up here. Thank you, Bumpy, man. Thank you, man.
Chug. What's up, guys? So let's start out with the cheese. It's aight. I mean, it's more. I can see why it says, Chardonnay, part of the name of the Bellavitano, because I think this would go very freaking well with like a Chardonnay wine. The beer pairing with it, but we'll stick with the wine first. How about the cheese? It's not wine, but it's an okay cheese. Like I said, go really well with like a Chardonnay. It was just so dry, and I think with a dry Chardonnay, it would pair very well with now the beer, which is gone. So I'll show you.
You're supposed to mute, not turn your camera.
Right? Amateur. With the Avery White Rascal. Fantastic beer. Oh, I didn't score the cheese. Sorry. I'm all over the place. My brain is 2,000 miles away right now. The cheese is a 92 out of 100. It's a name on its cheese. Like I say, it'll go very, very well with a Chardonnay. Now the beer, it's pretty good beer. It's a good beer. The flavors come out strong. The yeast really comes out strong. The longer I had it sit there, it looked like a storm was brewing in the beer from the yeast just kind of wrapping around it. And I was like, oh, well, that's a little off-putting. The flavors weren't where I was hoping they would be for a Belgium-styled wit ale, so I gave it an 86. Combination with the cheese, I felt like the cheese didn't stick with the beer very well. The beer overpowered the cheese a little bit more. Overall, it's an 88. It's a high B plus or low B plus.
Nice.
So,
All right.
I mean, it worked, but it didn't. I should have probably grabbed like I don't even know, like an IPA or something. I just thought I haven't had this beer in a while. I wanted it tonight.
Tell us what your cheese was again. I'm sorry. I want to.
Chardonnay, Bella Batona.
Oh, that's
Thank
right.
you.
Okay.
I had
All right.
the
Hey,
I had
those
the
are
Madeira
good,
one.
man.
The Madeira
Those are-
one was.
It's
Yeah.
good, but it's just
It
really
doesn't
just
penetrate. The wine doesn't get into the cheese.
They're pretty rich cheeses.
It's all
actually.
on the rind.
yeah, it's just dry in my opinion. So
Oh, dry,
as for
okay,
as
yeah.
for shout outs,
Yeah.
screw you, Colorado. I'm getting the hell out of here and going to Florida. There should be some videos coming out from there, intertwined with my normal scheduled videos. So hopefully I can get those edited and out there before I come home. So I'll be visiting family between tomorrow and sometime in September. My dad and I are going to a baseball game, going to Busch Gardens. It's an amusement park, doing a bunch of stuff. So I should have some lives, some videos. It's going to be a lot of fun. Look out for those. Beer Man, thanks for having me. Panel, you guys rock. Chat, you guys are live once again. Cheers.
Nice, man. Cheers, Chadeo. Thank you, and be safe on your travels. Wish you luck and have fun for sure.
Will do. Gotcha.
Cool, man. All right, we got Michael next.
Okay. You skipped miscellaneous, but that's okay.
Oh, I did. Oh, let me. Oh, okay. We'll just. We'll go. You'll keep going.
No, Andrew won't get upset, but you should let him go first.
Yes.
Let's go miscellaneous. Let's keep it in the loop. Sorry about that, man.
Get mad. You can let Michael
Shoot,
go.
dude. My bad.
I was
I
still
only
not
get, I
by
only
that
get
too.
upset. I only get mad when Bumpy skips me.
I wasn't not thinking of anyone. I just kind of sorry. I flaked. My bad. Cheers.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start with the cheese first. This new Boar's Head caramelized onion Monterey Jack. This, like I said, when I initially opened this, it kind of scared me a bit. This is fantastic. I don't know if I'd say you'd want to sit down and maybe eat this alone, but you could definitely pair this with some. Definitely would own its own place on a charcuterie board for sure. I think this would be fantastic. You could probably make a grilled cheese with bacon on it, or like put this on like a bacon mushroom burger, like a nice what's bruschetta. Fuck, I can't remember the bread. Anyways, really good. A lot of onion cheese is real raw onion forward. I did like the sweetness that kind of came with this, that caramelized cooked onion flavor. This is going to score high with me. I'll put this at a 97. This was good. I would pick it up again. Definitely something to cook with. It's a Monterey Jack's and melty cheese. You could even throw this into like a mac and cheese or something. Would be fantastic. Very, very good. It's not too bad. $7.19 for the block of that. It's fair for what we buy. Yingling traditional lager. Like I said earlier, there's been some new cans out. I've had this recently. It's a bit more adjuncty than this can that I'm having right now at the moment. This one right now reminds me of what I used to get all the time from them. I don't know what's going on. I know they've had some dealings and some stuff's going on. But I mean, as particular as they are with their recipes, and they sent them out in an armored truck to Texas, I mean, you'd think they'd stick with it.
Yeah.
For this can right here, like I said, if you see that military style pixelated can, don't buy it. I'm just gonna tell you now, it's not as good. Like this got no dates, got lot number thing on there. I can't read that. Definitely a great go-to for macro craft. It's in the middle, like I said, well balanced, got a nice toasty malt caramel sweetness, very light. Like I said, balanced with a slight earthy, mild, grassy hop. Fantastic. I'll score this beer. It's a pretty good lager. I'd score it at a 93 out of 100. I don't know what Beer Advocate scores it. I'm sure they're pretty. The score's probably not that good from what I scored it, but this is fantastic. Like I said, if I could get this like this all the time, hands down a great go-to for something cheap. $12, 12 packs, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope everybody out there in Texas and towards the West Coast, you guys get good product. And I hope it's
Me
not
too.
adjunct or corn.
They're coming this way. They're coming to my state soon.
Yeah, they'll should be over here soon too. Then I guess.
Shout out wise, I really don't have anything going on. Just check my channel for some more miss. Oh yeah, I do have something going on. I have a vintage 2018 Founders Double Trouble Imperial IPA that I got. And I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's bad. I'm going to do a review on it. I'm going to, just for science, if it's rancid, it'll be a non-applicable, and I'm obviously not going to drink it. But I'm kind of interested to see if maybe it got some barley wine type of qualities to it. I don't know. It was sitting at the store. My buddy, they're not going to sell. I was like, let me get one of those, and he gave me one. So,
What is the style of it?
it's an Imperial IPA.
Oh, Imperial IPA. Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
So, it's all up in the air. Keep your eyes peeled for that. It should be interesting. Other than that, catch me on Instagram. I had to make my channel private because some people from work found me, and I got some photos on there I don't like everybody to see. So, it's all right. I just have to go back in there and edit and change some stuff, and maybe I'll open it back up. But, yeah, shout out Alex's Food Friday. Gave him the suggestion, 8 o'clock Friday Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be BLT and a beer.
Nice.
Can't go wrong.
Great
Make
mix.
something simple,
Yeah.
very easy to do. Wild Card Wednesday with their Thomas Metal 75, 7:30 Wednesday Eastern Standard Time. So, cheers,
Excellent.
guys. Thanks for having me. It's been good.
Yeah, man. It's been great, man. Thank you.
Well,
Cheers,
since you mentioned Untapped, I looked up this Wild Sinister kit on Untapped, and I'll just take a brief, if I can, just take a brief second,
Of course.
because I totally crapped on this beer because I don't like
I
it.
don't
Do you want me to bring you up for this?
We don't have to bring me up.
Okay.
Now this one does say that's 11% ABV. Mine's only 10. So this is this might be a different one, but it does say Black Currant Wild Sinister Kid. This doesn't say oak and stuff like that.
I had the same thing with my Army Gang beer that I had Sunday.
So this may have been from like a previous batch that they did or something. It says our dark, strong ale aged in oak bourbon barrels with fermentation carried out by our native New England mixed microbe culture. Dark maroon color, black currant wild sinister kid emits upfront fruity aromatics entwined with hints of oak. This tart wild ale offers complex flavors of plum, raisin, raspberry, and red wine. I didn't get
Holy
any of that
crap.
shit.
Yeah, I think Gilbert was right on that. That shit might be infected.
Yeah,
it's possible.
finishing dry with light to medium body. I was right about I said it was like a medium body. It is dry. Re-fermentation with black currant results in an enhanced layer of delicate acidity. So, like I said, it is acidic. They scored it at a 4.27 out of 5.
4.27.
Wow.
There's got to
dude.
be something wrong with that beer, then.
There has to be.
Hands down.
Yeah, nobody mentioned anything about It tasted like nail polish.
Well, the nail polish, that's hardcore.
I've had
How
some
old is
highly
this?
scored beers on Untapped though that I thought were trash too.
Is it old? I mean, is it like? Did it have a hiss when you opened it? Did it go?
Oh no, it had plenty of carbonation. It's
Wow.
just
I forgot one shout out too.
oh shit, this is old.
How
Yeah,
old?
this is from 2018.
Oh shit, dude!
It's been sitting around.
Crazy, man.
I bought it at Trillium.
That's
So I thought it was
crazy, dude.
fresh. Yeah, so this is old.
You got your receipt?
4/5, 2018.
Yeah, go try fresh.
So maybe it was better when it was fresher. Okay.
I'd take that back and be like, I had this. It tasted like
That makes a lot of sense, dude. Yeah.
terrible.
all right.
Can I get a discount
Well,
on
sweet.
another bottle?
Hell yeah, man. What was your total? What was your total miscellaneous?
Oh, so together, I would definitely say the beer before the cheese is starting to become a different thing. I like how Bumpy does the both ways because
Right.
when you eat the cheese and then drink the beer, it does kind of wash it away a lot. But when you had the sip of the beer, then the cheese, much better combination. I don't, Burley. I haven't been able to get dabs in forever. But pairing wise, it went really well. I'd put it at I don't know. I'm gonna go high with this one. I'd go to 97. It was good. Really good.
Very nice.
Nice sweet malty caramel, light earthy. That roasty went good with the that milky, tangy, caramelized onion flavor. It was really good, top notch.
Excellent, dude.
Good week this week.
Nice, dude. All right.
Keep your eyes peeled for it. If you see it, pick it up. I highly recommend it if you're into cooked onions.
Oh, I'm looking for that for sure. Did you give your shout outs?
Yeah, because they do a lot of the cheeses. They do like that raw onion thing. It's too much. It's BO kind of funky.
Oh yeah,
like
dude.
I'm not saying that's bad, but
That's what I had today. Really bad. I had to wash my pits. It was smell like an onion. All right.
Thanks for having
So
me.
let's go. Yeah, dude. Thank you. Yeah, let's get up here.
Miscellaneous Beer Advocate does dump on the Yingling Lager. 78 out of 100.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
They can shove it.
So, but again, both
I fully agree that they can show it.
both Beer Advocate and Rate Beer, some of their numbers are off the wall. So I mean, you have to rate it your own way, whatever you think.
Wikipedia beer. Any old Joe Schmo can get on there and slander whatever they want.
Okay.
Right.
As far as the Munster cheese goes, I'm going to give it an 86, which is a B. And maybe Munster, just by its style of cheese, straight Munster doesn't have much of a chance to do much better than that because it's just not meant to be. It's not a particularly interesting cheese in itself. As far as the Kirin Ichiban, brewed by Anheuser-Busch, I am going to give it an 89, which is a B+. And it has a good taste. It's fine. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's very good. And I think it might have paired better with a stronger tasting cheese. It could stand up to it. It kind of overpowered the Munster cheese. So together, I would say it was like 86, just like the cheese itself. The beer was just too strong and overpowered it. As far as shout-outs go, I'm hoping that John and Nilly will make a return to Stout Sunday. Not that the fact that Jay Terrio is going on and doing it is a bad thing. It's just that it's John's show and he should be back, at the reins, and hopefully he'll come back on Sunday. And I'm hopeful, but that's all I can say. I know he's busy, has a busy life. He does stuff, and I do understand. But we'll see as time. Beer Man, thanks a lot for having me on.
Michael,
You're
you need to
very
give him a
welcome,
nice
man.
swift kick in the ass. That's what
Yeah. Oh man, it's been a great show today. Cool. So let's go real quick. The beer was wild. It was funky, but it also had that saison kind of touch, had that barnyardy kind of yeasty thing going on. It wasn't quite dank, as in wet socks or that kind of dankiness, locker, anything like that. It was more of a citrusy, just real kind of a lemon citrusy, lemongrassy, herbal, nice farmhouse feel. Very nice, but very dry though, and too dry. A little too dry for my liking. A little too fast on the finish. I really wasn't into the brute thing, and I'm not into brute IPAs. I'm not into anything really brute, to be quite honest, because they're nasty. They don't have any flavor, and they dry off too quick. They're too tannin forward. They're too dry and unflavorful, and you don't get any kind of excitement out of them. So, with that being said, this beer alone, for this particular one, I love saisons, but this one, I'm gonna give it an 85. I didn't really like it so much. But the cheese definitely creamy, chevre, good goat cheese, good. I wrote it down, so I didn't have to look at the package. But the basil, oregano, rosemary, thyme, the rosemary and the oregano were the big ones in this one. Very, whew, holy crap! Very herbal, very nice. And then, of course, we'll get into the beer mix. But so, with that being said, the cheese is going to definitely get. I didn't like the stuff on the outside getting between my teeth and in my tongue, and it's like eating popcorn. So I didn't really like that. I'm going to give it an 89. I think they could do better with maybe adding more flavor and less like particulars in it. It was a little like I was eating a salad. So, but together, that's where this becomes magical. Magical. When you have the beer, I'm not going to even go cheese before beer before cheese. Let's say, I actually am. I'm going to say, what was it? The beer before cheese. Hold on. The cheese before beer. That's where we're going with this. Cheese before beer brought a nice creaminess to the light, dry texture of the beer. Brought out more flavor. Brought out a really nice, complex feel to it. Made the wild ale as it was, the saison wild that it is, very delightful. It went really well with the herbal on the herbal. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of herbal grassiness in the beer. There's a lot of herbal grassiness in the cheese from the stuff they added to it. The creaminess added more body to the beer, like that of lactose or something like that. It added more. It didn't. It just was nice. I'm gonna give this a 95. I think it's a definite awesome A in the middle mix. Please try a saison with this herbal goat cheese if you can find it. So, beer and cheese is 8 o'clock is always going to be an open one again next week. I don't have anything in mind, so I'll let you know ahead of time though in the back end if I have something to say prior to next week's show, if we have something so you can look for it. But it's going to be an open table, 8 o'clock Eastern. So show up with the cheese and a beer of choice. Yes, please. And Wednesday, tomorrow, is another beer mixer. So I've got a couple to mix tomorrow. And if you guys want to show up, if it's just me, who cares? It's all good. We're going to have a fun time anyway. It is early, so a lot of you aren't off work yet, so I understand. But please, if you can be there at 6 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Eastern. And then of course, let me put some rampage on the brewery. Nothing's happening yet because I'm trying to side the damn place. So and yeah, that's about it for me though. Just look out for videos, reviews coming up. Weird reviews I always put up at late at night, 4 o'clock in the morning, Pacific time. All right, so yeah, let's get everyone up here. We're gonna say thank you very much to the panel. I'm just gonna leave it like this, but thank you, panel, very much.
Yeah,
You
I'm feeling pretty fuzzy.
Are you really?
You should.
I'm falling asleep.
I want to get Randy after this. This is gonna be good.
All
right.
Randy?
So,
Boring.
and then hey, thank you to the chat. Thank you, chat. You guys make this happen, so I appreciate you. The panel, of course, always make it happen. Thank you so much for being here. This has been a rocking show, a fun one. I'm going to go ahead and end it with this awesome outro.